Fix It Tony here. Thanks for clicking on the video. We have vehicle number 4, and this one has been on Valvoline Restore and Protect for 3 oil changes. It's been a pretty clean engine. It did have some oil consumption in this last couple of oil changes. It did consume a quart of oil, which is very unusual because this engine did not consume oil before. And actually, I haven't checked it yet. I had to put about a quart of it about 1,500 miles ago. And we have our trusty rag here. Get the dust off of it. Let's take a look and see where she's at before we drain her. The ram that I did in my earlier video, the new ram, didn't consume any oil, so that wasn't an issue. And yeah, that's a problem. It's consuming a lot of oil. It's very low, actually. So this is very concerning. I don't know what's changed, but Valvoline Restore and Protect, I think it's been closer to 2,000 miles. But this thing is definitely consuming more oil than it was before, so that's unusual. We'll get it drained. Let's take a look inside. I'm curious what's going on. All right, so we're into the car now. I don't see any obvious oil leaks. A little seepage in this area, but we'll investigate that. But not enough to justify how much oil we appear to be losing, which is a pretty excessive amount, especially for this car that really didn't have a consumption problem before. So I've noticed this with a few cars. For some reason, we lose a little more oil now. It actually reduced oil consumption on some. I do not like how much oil is coming out of there. Usually it's a hard stream. This thing definitely was consuming some oil at a very concerning rate. So it is very black. The thing about letting your oil level go a little bit low, this is my nephew's car, is that it gets worse as the oil goes lower. It wears the oil that's still left in there at a considerably higher rate when it's leaking, like when it's a little bit low, because now that oil that's remaining has more to do. So, you know, don't let your cars run low in oil ever. It's a bad deal. We'll get this drained. We'll take a look inside, and then we'll get our oil filter off. All right, we'll get in here and take a look. It's a little windy today, so I'm trying not to let this oil spray all over the place as I go to try to get in here, and also trying not to get in an angle where I'm going to get oil all over the camera. We'll get it here. See that wind blowing that around. All right, let's take a look inside. Let's see what we look like. It looks clean, super clean actually. It's definitely keeping it clean, but why are we consuming so much oil comparatively speaking? Well, this is an excellent contender to switch over to the Valvoline Restore and Protect. The wind blew my rag away, of course. This is an excellent vehicle to switch over, because now we have a vehicle that kind of consuming some oil even after being cleaned out. It's still consuming oil. So is it the oil that's causing the consumption, or is there something else? That's the $1,000,000 question here. So we're going to oil plug this one, and we'll take that filter off. But this will be definite great example of whether or not these two oils are different, or if they do anything differently. Okay, so break this thing loose. There we go. It came loose really easy, actually. And we have a little bit of wind. This oil is definitely very dark. Apologize if you hear all that wind noise today. It's just been one of those days out here in the desert where we just have stupid wind. If you're not using the tool I'm showing right now, please go in the description and buy yourself one. It will make your life easier. You screw it on, and then this will push in the relief valve in there, and your oil will leak right out. I know the oil filters offer you a little tool, but it does not work nearly as well as this one does. So do yourself a favor and save yourself some time and some effort by utilizing this. We'll let this drain for a minute, and then we'll take this filter off. You just want to get a small screwdriver or pick and just go in here and grab the old gasket out. Sometimes if you don't lubricate these, it's also going to be a problem. Not really sure what the problem was on this one, but it definitely had an issue there. My knee hit the box here. It didn't hurt the filter, but it definitely smushed the It box a little bit, but the filter's fine. I'm going to try these new Frams. I've had good reviews of these. People have had good comments. This is that push tool I was telling you about. They just make a mess. I mean, if you want to use it, go ahead, but just, you know, $15 for that other tool. It's not a lot of money. It makes your life easier and cleaner. Just do not over torque these housings like you just saw right now. It should not have been that tight. When you put them that tight, you run into problems getting them off. You also can break these little wings on these. They break super easy. Oops, I gotta put a little oil on this. Reach up here. Those wings break very easily, and then you're in serious trouble when you do that, because trying to get one of these housings out is very difficult once it breaks. Ask me how I know. And again, the ratings are on here. Let's see where it's at. Close, cap to tighten. Well, sometimes they're on here. It's not on this one. Usually about, not nearly as tight as that was, but usually about 20 newton meters is usually where it's at, or 15 to 20 will do it. Anything tighter than that, you're going too tight, and you're gonna have a hard time, like I did, getting it back off. And then you also risk breaking the darn thing, which creates a whole new set of problems. As you can see, there's not a lot of room to work in here if you do that. So we'll go ahead and throw this in here. All right, we're going to torque her down. I know how these are supposed to feel, but you should use a torque wrench on these. You'll feel it get tight. It's usually about another 1/8 of a turn once it gets tight. And that will put you about right. So that's tight. Actually, not even an 1/8, like a 1/16. And that's good. That's all it needs. Nothing crazy. It's like a 1/16 of a turn is all you really need after that point. And then sometimes you get oil in there, which you just saw happen. I'll spray some cleaner in there and clean that out so it's not leaving an oil mess. But yeah, when they're over tightened like that, it just makes everything more difficult. So don't over torque it. I'm gonna spray some stuff in there and clean that out and put this shield back on. Okay, so I did talk to my nephew, and it's been a little bit longer than I thought since we put a quart of oil in this thing, and he did run it a little bit over time on the oil change. So, you know, you see these 20,000 mile claims. You know, Valvoline's not one of those companies that says that, but you definitely don't want to go 20,000 miles with oil. I mean, it just, to me, you're asking for a problem. I mean, oil analysis may come back okay, but the second you run it a little bit low in oil, it really takes a toll on the oil. Again, we're switching to the advanced clean here, and it says it cleans your engine one oil change. We saw the engine looks clean, but it's consuming oil. Roughly, my estimates are about a quart every 2,500 miles, and it wasn't really consuming oil before. So we'll see if this oil, which is a little bit better of a rating than the Valvoline, with the, I mean, some people say it has the higher rating the new Valvoline does. I have not found a bottle that says it yet. Their website says it, but their bottles don't. So I have to go by what I can see physically on the bottle, unfortunately. But we'll see. You know, proof will be in the pudding. This thing takes 10 quarts of oil, and that makes 10 right there. We'll start her up and check her level here in a minute, and we'll wrap her up. All right, start her up. I'm gonna take a look at her level, make sure we're good. Reset her change oil light. He did go quite a bit over his oil change, which, you know, can't be doing that. The oil's right on the money. Maybe a touch high, but just a hair. Nothing's gonna hurt. That won't hurt the engine. So I'm gonna put it on the charger here, just because we're gonna have it plugged in while we're working some other stuff. We're gonna flush the brake fluid out, check the brakes, rotate the tires, but that'll be another video. Please like, subscribe, share. We're gonna be seeing this car again shortly. My nephew does drive this thing a lot, so car number 4 will probably be the first one that comes back, and we'll have an update in between to see if it's consuming oil in between oil changes. But thanks again for watching, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Helps me a whole bunch. Recommends this video to other people just like you. And I would like to make more content. If you guys watch more, I make more. So have a great day.